Welcome to another art journaling video. This time I'm working on a new spread. There's quite a few of paint and collage and other mark making already done on these pages, and now I am adding some stencils. I absolutely love stencils because they bring some structure to an abstracted piece. The stone wall that you can see underneath is also made with stencils and a lot of thick paint. I usually use gesso for this. I go over the stencil with a palette knife and it creates a really lovely texture. This time in the video you can see that I'm working with a sponge, so I'm using the stencils but I'm going over them with a really fine and thin layer of paint. This is another technique that I really enjoy. In this journal spread I have a lot of collage pieces from newspapers, and the text that you can see is from a calendar. I had this really lovely wall calendar on the wall, just too beautiful to disregard, so I saved it and cut everything up to use the lovely pictures and texts for my journals. When you start working on a journal, suddenly you want to keep everything. I think this is a side effect that comes with journaling, scrapbooking, junk journaling. They can all be quite similar in different ways, but I definitely think that it is a bit of a side effect that comes with everything related to collaging. You never know when you want to use some of the stuff, so I end up keeping everything just in case. And then I have these really big folders of stuff. One of my previous YouTube videos shows you how I actually store my collage pieces. I have them in plastic folders that I can just kind of flip through. It's really easy to get to them and they are quite neat. I used to keep all my collage pieces in boxes, but that just meant that it was really messy. It was really difficult to find anything, and then the bottom of the box used to be full of stuff that I didn't even remember that was there. So this is definitely much easier, so I can pick my little plastic folder at any point and flip through it and really easily see what's there. I use stencils for my paintings as well. I absolutely love them. I have all kinds of different ones, a lot of nature themed stencils, but then also these ones with just shapes. As you can see, it's a nice and sunny day in Edinburgh in Scotland, and that means that thin layers of acrylic paint dry super fast. That is another reason why I really love acrylic paints. They are so quick to dry. I'm very impatient, so that means that I can get to it or get back to it really quickly. I love to do several layers in my journals. Sometimes, however, if I don't feel like it, I can leave it at one layer. I can not finish a journal spread. It really depends how I'm feeling on the day, but quite often I like to make quite a few layers. So now I am bringing some collage back, picking which ones I'm wanting to use. And a really big part of this for me is to do it mindfully. Quite often I speed these videos up so you can see me working really fast, but this is actually quite a slow process for me. I love to work in a really mindful way. Take my time deciding what I want to do next. Often I might be listening to some music or even podcasts just to take my mind away from what I'm doing. Often I do this in the same space with my husband, so he will be watching TV, I'm working on my journal. I really love the fact that I can be really creative, have my own little space while I'm being with my family. It's a really lovely aspect of art journaling. It doesn't really need too much space, so you can do it on the kitchen table if you feel like it, on the dining table, or you can have your own little sacred space as well. The most important thing is to make it as easy as possible for you to hop on whenever you feel like it. So I find it quite important to be able to leave your journal at your creative space so you don't have to do a huge setup each time. But also you don't need too much space in the first place, so it can be quite easy to have a little space for it, or even if you do have to put it away because there's not too much stuff, it can be quite quick to set up. Whatever works for you, it's really important to find what works best for you. These collaging pieces are from the calendar, as I mentioned earlier, but also a lot of those texts are really old pieces that I've kept. I've cut them out of magazines. I think there's a few that are from fortune cookies from Chinese restaurants. As I mentioned, I love to keep everything because you never know when it comes handy in art journaling. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different to my other ones. Please do let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you and hope to see you soon.